What's your relationship to mess? I've been reflecting recently on my own, which is complicated. And the reason I say that is because I have a strong desire for tidiness. And yet there are areas of my life which, despite my best intentions, remain pretty messy. And there is also this interesting dynamic when we have an idea about how we want things to turn out, and it doesn't go our way and things get messy. I'm in the midst of that at the moment. I've just moved out of London to a new place. And the place that I've been to that I've visited briefly once has turned out to have some kind of problem with the building. I don't know what it is, but it is giving me allergy. I don't know why I smile, because it's created the most enormous mess in a way. But it's given me an allergy, it's given my partner an allergy, and we cannot work out what it is. And the fascinating thing about this particular kind of mess is that it's absolutely perfect for projecting onto. You know, this is a place, just signed a contract. Oh my God, what's going on? Are we going to do, I could go on and on and on about the particular mess that creates. And in contrast, what I actually want from that place is I want this kind of ease and clarity. Now, the fact of the matter is that most problems, there is something we can do. And the minute I move into that sort of zone, the minute that I think, oh, well, perhaps I could take this action, or I could speak to that person, or I could work this out, something settles in me. I haven't actually made anything neater, tidier, sorted, finished, ended, cleaned up at all. I've just taken that first little step, which has changed my relationship to the whole thing. Now, the habit, which is what I started off with, of being messy, having mess, I think it's worth a bit of contemplation, because if we're able to bear the mess that we have in response to our day-to-day lives in terms of how we keep our space clear, how we organize all the different administration things that we have to do, how we manage the mess that comes unbidden to us, like this thing with the moon. If we can get better at that skill of being with mess, it really allows us to do something creative. So in this case, what it means is that now I'm thinking about how this means I can look around this area and get to know it before I plan my next move. It's always possible to negotiate our way out of things, and if we need to, that's what we'll do with this situation. And so I have found a way with this particular situation to actually work with it so that it could potentially take me to a much better place. And if we find ourselves with mess, in mess, experiencing mess outside of us, inside of us, in our relationships, just the knowledge that we can be with it a little bit better is something that can help us create just a little bit of space for that next creative insight to arrive.